Alright, hi folks. This is Steven here. So I've had some not fun, to be honest, times trying to get this stream to go. I had that whole presentation that you might have seen earlier. We'll see if you did. So yeah, this is Pokemon Trading Card Game for Game Boy. Sorry, seems like there's always, whenever you introduce something new, there's always a little harder than you thought. So this is a Game Boy version of the trading card game that was released back in 2000 in the US. And next Sunday at 10 a.m. Anne from PB Podcast and I are going to be discussing the music of this game. And so there's a decent amount of music in here, but for tonight what we're going to do is we're going to do not a complete playthrough. That takes a while, at least in real world terms. If you want to see a complete playthrough, I do have a I have a Let's Play that I did maybe 9 or 10 years ago at this point. That goes from the entire start of the game to the end and shows like all the real cards based on that stuff and things of that nature. But tonight what we're going to be doing is going to be going through at least a chunk of the game, hopefully. So let's take a look at status. Okay, so you can see I've got, there are, much like in the main games, instead of badges we have master medals of the 8 clubs in the trading card game. You can kind of see right now that I've got 4 of them. I've got the Science Medal, which is the little skull there. I got the Fire Medal, got the Rock Medal, and we got the Fighting Medal. So I've made some decent progress here on this save file that I have. So it looks like since I've already finished up the Fighting Club here, I think we can skip that. But basically, you acquire cards throughout the games. It goes through the first 3 sets of the Pokemon trading card game, plus some promo cards. So it has the base set, the jungle set, the fossil set, and then a bunch of promos. There's a sequel to it on the Game Boy Color that came out only in Japan that has a few more things. Alright, so let's see here. What did I want to do next? My deck is very water-based at the moment, so I probably don't want to go to that. Let's go to the club here. So there are only actually 7 types in this variant of the trading card game, and it kind of suffers from a lot of the same stuff that the original trading card game did. And I thought it would be fun, not only because of our music discussion next week, but because of the new generation coming out in America. The Sword and Shield set comes out in a little over a week, and we just had our pre-releases. I'll put the slides in the video description after it's done. So yeah, each club is themed. I do kind of like this theme. Well, they don't have a lot of different themes, but the club theme, the inner club or the area of the club has a theme like this. There are a couple different ones out there. It kind of does feel like a walk in the park type of theme there, so I think it works well for the grass club. Let's see what happens with this Kaleidoscope deck. So you'll quickly get this. So if you haven't played the trading card game, I'm not sure what would have drawn you to this video so much. Alright, well here's one difference actually, right off the bat between this and the real trading card game. So this is a Gen 1, this would be in the Gen 1 of the trading card game, and this is called a mulligan because there are no base Pokemon in my hand. In fact, I had a lot of energy and not much else. So normally what would happen in the first generation trading card game is that my opponent would have the option of drawing either 0, 1, or 2 additional cards to sort of penalize me for not getting a basic. But for some reason they never implemented that in this game. They also left out a few cards that they felt would be too difficult to do. This is a fairly low-level battle, so you can hear the theme here is fairly laid back. It's not as tense as it nearly could be. So let's see. So here's my opening hand. So this is a water deck with a little bit of Hitmonchan in there to sort of make things maybe a little more interesting. Well, I've only got the one basic. That's the square with green on it. Ben's Pokemon don't have any choices there, so we're just going to cancel out. If you have any comments about the game, the music, or the channel, please type those into the chat. We always love hearing that. And another major difference is that very few of the games, only like the big ones, are 6 prizes, even though that's the standard in the trading card game, even from the beginning. Okay, we get a coin flip here. Let's see, do I get to go first, or I play second? Now, in the modern trading card game, of course, you get to choose to go first or second. Here, it's just a determination one way or the other. Pretty much always want to go first anyway. Pound, 10 from Ditto. So yeah, this is not the fossil Ditto. They kind of had to skirt their way around that because, well, that card never worked that great in real life, to be honest. Alright. One of the criticisms of the early trading card games is that there are some very powerful trainers. You see this one right here that I can play. Just get to take an energy away. It's like Crushing Hammer, except they don't have to flip for it. A little bit overpowered, probably. At least with when they brought Crushing Hammer, they had the sense to put a flip in there. The original 5th generation version of Pokemon Catcher, which is basically like this game's Gust of Wind, did not have a flip. So, yeah. I don't want this to turn into... There are a lot of commonalities between the 1st and 5th generation of the trading card game. And you notice that Ditto is weak to fighting, so it took twice as much damage as usual. Energy retrieval. Yeah, there's some notable deficiencies in the trading card game at this point. Oh, I didn't play the bill that I have here. Draw 2 cards. Alright, let's put another fighting energy on Hitmonchan. Not much else. I could play this Pokeball. Let's do that. Don't know if that's in the Sword and Shield set. I didn't see any, but that's a big set, so you can miss a lot of seemingly very basic things. We're going to get since I have some Wartortle in my hand, we're going to get a Squirtle. The Hitmonchan is really just there to actually protect against lightning Pokemon. Excuse me. The already has an energy card this turn. So, to be honest, most of the computer opponents are not that hard to beat. Ditto was knocked out, so I get a prize off of that. No EX Pokemon, GX Pokemon, V Pokemon, or VMAX Pokemon, so it's always just one prize per Pokemon you knock out here with a very... There are some cards that don't actually give any prizes, but those are pretty far between. Fire Energy to Eevee. You know, I'm not even really sure if I'd call this a grass deck that the computer is playing here. There's not that many grass, if any, grass Pokemon in here. They do kind of have to work around stuff. Let's see. Alright, what do we got in the back there? We got the Eevee with the Tail Wag and the Quick Attack. We got, I want to evolve that now. I probably want to put this on here so I can use this Porygon. 30 HP. I mean, not much by today's standards. Even that 70 on Hitmonchan, it would probably have about 80, 90, 100 maybe even these days. The numbers were a lot smaller here, which is why it was kind of important. Bite for 30. Okay, definitely need to start... Wait, what? Let me just check that for a second. Did I miss something? Oh, did it use... What? I'm not sure exactly what happened there, to be honest. I must have missed something, but it did 60 with Bite? I'll have to review the footage later. That seems like a mistake, because I thought it evolved this turn. There's no way... Was that just a flat-out glitch, folks? I don't know. I'll have to rewatch the footage there, because that seems like that shouldn't have worked that way. I should have taken 30 damage, not 60. Because there's no... Well, that's interesting. Alright, we're going to attach energy to Squirtle. I'm going to wait to evolve it. Okay, not paralyzed. So I'm gonna take 30 damage. Hope it doesn't have a plus power. I think I lost my concentration there for a little bit. Okay, 30. Somehow it seemed like it did 60, and that's just not. I'll have to double check the footage. Maybe I missed something and it did use that on the previous turn, but okay. And yep. So bite. In the trading card game, Pokemon always attack with the type of damage equal to their type. So this is always going to be a Bill. Let's see what we can do here. Another water energy, another energy removal. We're going to use that on the bench Porygon so it can't mess with us so much. Let's put a water energy on Lapras. Do a quick bite here. And there's a knockout, so we get our prize there. Energy removal, that should be fun. This Porygon is just weird. It changes like its own resistance and your weakness using conversion. Type of your choice other than colorless, which lightning was my weakness anyway. Let me see. There's nothing else in play, so this is going to be the last turn of the game. Okay. That's just kind of weird. So yeah, after each game you get 2 packs of cards, which is a pretty good deal, and you know. Anything here that might be useful for our current deck? Probably not. You also get a basic energy in just about every pack that matches whatever type of thing, so it kind of lets you build out stuff. And these are all pixel art versions of various cards in the game. One thing, if I have some time over the next week or so, that I would like to do is actually take some modern cards and create sprite art versions. I tried to do that a ways ago, like kind of automatically, and that didn't quite work out the way I wanted. So let's just keep going through here. Got a little bandwidth message there, but this is not an intensive stream in terms of that. Yeah, everyone in the grass club is female. I guess they were kind of copying the gym in the game. Okay, the only choice I got here is Seal. One problem with the early trading card game is there really isn't a good shuffle draw card until much later. There's Gambler, which you either get 1 card or you get 7. Would have been, so that's pretty risky. And otherwise, the main card is Professor Oak. There's also no such thing as a supporter card. Okay, at least I'm not paralyzed. Okay, we got a Hitmonchan. What else? Lickitung. Okay, definitely want to get that Hitmonchan for that Lickitung later. But for now, let's see. Let's do a Bill. Finder. Do an energy removal so Otters can't get anything really going. You can really slow your opponent down in the early stages of the game with those energy removals, which honestly are, like I said, a no downside thing. No coin flip, no discarding your own stuff or another card from your hand. Just taking energy off. I would definitely call that a mistake. Okay, what do we got here? Poison powder. Oh, that's fun. So let's see if I can get out of that, because that's going to... I got a Dugong, but if I remember correctly, it's just going to poison me again. Yeah, I need another... Let's go ahead and toss another couple things I can do here. I kind of wish I had a full healer or something, because I can evolve into Dugong. Let me just check in what this thing is. Foul Odor for 20 is going to be a... Yeah, I think I actually have to evolve here, even though the 10 damage is just not that important. Now, obviously, it's going to be able to use another poison powder to me. That might do it. Nope. Okay, I didn't know if it was going to do Foul Odor or what there. I'm pretty sure, knock this out. Okay, we need at least one more energy to use Aurora Beam, which will knock out Gloom. Okay. Don't think any of the bench Pokemon have anything on them. Now, just look at tongue there. So we're going to do an Aurora Beam. Poison adds up pretty quickly on these lower HP Pokemon that we have here. I'm not paralyzed, but I do still take 10 damage, plus 10 more for poison, so let's see. What do we want to do here? Well, first of all, we want an energy removal, because we're not knocking this out this turn. I think I'm going to try and play as many things as I can out of my hand. And then use that Professor Oak. Okay, what do we got here? Do I want to use Switch? Well, let's see. I'll definitely be knocked out next turn if I don't, but there's no guarantee I'll get a fighting either. Let's take a risk. So at least I'm not poisoned anymore, so I can come in and do that. But yeah, no supporters here, so I can play as many trainers as I want. I did get a fighting energy, so that's good. Which will do some pretty decent damage to this. I could potentially win the game next turn, since I don't think my opponent has any bench Pokemon at the moment. Oh, potion. Only heals 20. Okay, not paralyzed, so at least I can keep making progress here. By the way, let me know if my audio levels are good. At least relative, the game audio relative to this. I think we're pretty okay here. Yeah, a lot of Pokemon to work with, not much else. I don't think there are any energy in my discard pile. No, I don't have anything there. So nothing I can use energy retrieval on, which, by the way, has gotten better since then, since you need to discard a card in order to use it now, or in this version of the game. I do kind of wonder, I'm sure if they had made a Game Boy Advance Pokemon trading card game, the graphics would have been a lot cleaner and whatnot. Okay, Bill? Well, it doesn't really do anything for me at the moment. I'm thinking we're just going to have to end our turn without attacking. Now, if you want to pick up a copy of this game, obviously you can try and get the physical cartridge, which I do have. And you can also get it on the 3DS Virtual Console. But I was just thinking about the Game Boy Advance. They'd be able to do way more graphically with the cards. But there is a certain charm to the sprite-based versions on here, and I think this is going to do it. Okay, so you may remember, if you've been paying attention to what the folks have been saying here, the leader for this gym isn't around at the moment. I need to find some of their stuff there. So yeah, I got a Jolteon, Sandslash. Now, one thing you'll notice, if you pay, I don't know if you can see it on stream, but if I move from one card to the other, if you look really close, you might not be able to see it here. The palette for the card art swaps, and there's like a frame where you can see the color is on the old one there. I guess it's Jigglypuff. You notice it has the GB. That's obviously not a real set, but There are a number of cards in this game that are just for this, and they usually do some sort of like random stuff that would be much harder to do. But normally they're limited to 3, maybe 4 colors on these card art things here. It sort of depends on how they want to use like the background and stuff like that. Yeah. One thing this game has: run button. Whee! Wouldn't get that in the regular games for a while. Now, they did tell us to go to Mr. Ishihara's house, which might be a familiar name to some of you, but first, let's talk to... Only taking a short break, huh? Yeah, sometimes you'll find that one of the members of the group is over in that side area. Okay, what do we get to start with here? Just the one. Anything else? Okay, now. Yeah, most of the games here are actually 4 prize matches, which makes things go a little bit quicker. Okay, I'm going to be going second here. But obviously you can attack on the first turn if you have the energy, of course. You can also... Okay, yeah, I thought I had water energy, so yes, I do have that. So you pretty much always want to go first. Okay, so Brittany did not get to search her deck for a Pokemon, used Bill. So there's an Oddish on the bench there. Let's see. Ghastly. Stunspore, okay. I have a lot of trainers I should be using as one of them. Okay, let's use this our Pokeball, see if we're lucky. Now the heads and tails are... They use an interesting algorithm to sort of get at those. Like if you try to use save states or whatever to get around the coin flips and get a different result, that isn't how it works. Use a plus power so I can knock out this Diglett this turn. So it lets me do 10 extra damage. You have to do damage to add damage, just like in the modern trading card game. Okay, I got Item Finder. A lot of rare trainers in the early days of trading card games. I would honestly like to see very few, if any. We got here Stunspore, huh? Okay, at least I'm not paralyzed. That means I should get a shot if I get another energy to evolve into Dugong. Well, I already do have that fighting energy. Normally we use that on Hitmonchan, of course, but... and I'm curious if anyone in the audience is sort of a avid player of the trading card game then or now. Okay, still have some Pokemon in play. Okay, I got a Charmander there. Professor Oak and another Seal. Start powering that up since we don't have another fighting. Do another Aurora Beam. Whee! Alright, another water. I can just put that on Seal. We should get another chance to get something good there. But I think, nope, they've got... So this lets you know what the icons mean, the top left and then the bottom right. So the one that has look kind of like a cat face or a Pikachu face on there tells you how many bench Pokemon they have. And then the ball one tells you how many prizes that player has left. See what we got there. Yeah, it does a ton of damage because Charmander is weak. And that is... Okay, mystery. Yeah, there's 4 sort of pseudo expansions in this game. Rather than using the expansions from the actual trading card game, of which there were 3 at the time, for some reason they decided to use these ones, and they do sort of have themes there. By the way, I want to point something out. You may remember Mew. This one was actually a promo card in North America, but it has the fossil icon here because in Japan it originally came out in the fossil set. Alright. Yeah, there are a couple real people in this game, which is kind of weird. So yeah, for some reason at the top we have Mr. Ishihara's house on this island where this game takes place. Talk to him right here. But there's Nikki. So yeah, a little bit of a fetch quest there. But this is a real guy. You'll see him at I think he runs, I forget, it's the Pokemon Company itself at this point. I think he was right there at the start of the Direct a couple weeks ago, but he's been involved for a very long time. So kind of a neat little touch there. There's another real person that I should be able to find eventually. After I go with see if we can beat Nikki here. Doesn't really sound like a thing. Please go easy on me. That doesn't sound like a thing a leader would say on that one. Unless there was some sort of like, see now in the trading card game back then, I would have gotten 1 or 2 cards if I wanted them, for Nikki not having a basic. But like I said, this game doesn't do that. Wow. I think there's a glitch in some version of the game that lets you build a deck without any basic Pokemon in it, and it will, I mean, it'll actually like soft lock the game, because you'll never get a basic Pokemon. I think there's a glitch that allows you to do that, but not much point. Notice this is the Club Master, or this game's version of the Gym Leader, so the music here is a little more intense. 6 prizes. We'll see how this goes. Alright, I get to go first. I got a seal there. So let's see. Let's play this Bill. Blastoise and a gust of wind. Do I want to move something from the bench up? Maybe, but not just yet. We'll save that for later when I have more damage output. Potentially, at least. Let's see what else we got in here. Well, hopefully we get some more energy soon. Alright, well we did get a paralysis, so at least Oddish won't be able to attack us during our opponent's next turn. You know, you'll notice a lot of things that are very similar to the modern trading card game, and some things that are very different. So, keep going here. What do we got? Fighting energy, huh? Well, first off, I don't like Oddish having energy. Good thing, some of the computer players do have that, but they're never fully stocked on that energy removal. And some of the other honestly broken trainers that you get in this game. Okay, Oddish is up to 20 there. Of course. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to kind of hope to get a evolution card, but really I need some more draw stuff. I got our water energy, so let's see here. Let's get this Pokeball and see if we're lucky. Alright, good, we do get something. Let's see if we can get a Wartortle. which will do a decent amount of damage. Oh yeah, just like in the modern trading game, once you evolve, all the special conditions go away, so that's nice. Let's see, I could use the Gust of Wind to bring up one of the Bulbasaur on the bench and knock that out for a quick KO, but I really want to get rid of this Gloom. Or, you know, if it does evolve into a Vileplume soon. Yeah, War Turtle's actually pretty good. 40 for 3 energy is not bad, especially since only one of them has to be a water. Okay, plus power, huh? Okay. Well, doing our bite. Okay, I got our Pokeball. What I really need is another energy, because this thing is going to maybe even knock me out. Okay, well, that's interesting. I don't know why I didn't attach another one there to do more damage to me. I'd be 10 off. Item finder, huh? Let's see, what do we got in the discard? Well, I need to check my discard pile to see if I can get anything out of there useful. Bill would not be bad. Let's see. Can I do that? Okay, probably don't need this plus power or this Pokeball for the moment. Let's use this Bill. Seal and energy removal. Well, we're definitely going to use that energy removal on this bench Bulbasaur so that we can get rid of the energy there. Okay, another bite. Yeah, the CPU opponents don't have the trainer support they really need to get to the final evolution stages of a lot of these Pokemon. Okay, water energy would be nice here, so I can evolve and still attack. Bill, okay, let's see what we get here. Water energy and a Dugong. Okay, good. So now I can attach this, and now we're going to use Blastoise. Alright, that got rid of the poison, thankfully. If I had a bunch of water energy, I can now use Rain Dance, but right now I don't have that to work with. I do like the descending set of notes there. Alright, well, I could keep powering up this. What does Nikki have the men's? Okay, that. But I think, just to be on the safe side, let's start powering up our bench. Another Dugong. Yeah, at this point, I'm just starting to overwhelm the computer opponent. Can't knock it out this turn, but okay, that ought to do it. Yeah, Laboratory, we've got Mewtwo adjusting something there. Venomoth, Magmar, Tentacruel. I like they've made very good use of the limited color palette on that Tentacruel from the Fossil expansion. Now, you notice here's another one of those GB cards. I'm not sure where this attack would be useful, because it just randomly assigns your energy cards. Recycle. This is one of the few ways to get like non-trainer or energy cards out of your discard pile. It is very difficult to get any Pokemon out of your discard pile, and this is one of the few ways to do it potentially. So yeah, that's a notable thing. And there's Gambler. Yep, draw 8 cards if you get a heads, or 1 card if you get a tails. So that's the only shuffle drawer in this early phase of the trading card game, which is kind of unfortunate. So let's see. Now the save function here is called a diary. It's kind of interesting. See, I don't know if I got anything that was particularly useful there. I do have another Professor Oak I could put in there. Eventually what you want to build is enough to get several decks, which will make this game a lot easier. See, there's a large variety of trainers here. A lot of them are quite rare, like that one there. Item Finder. Scoop Up. Yeah, the base Pokemon set didn't really make any changes, but I decided to save it anyway. So let's see, that's our 5th medal. So let's see, I think that makes it... Oh, no, I gotta fight Ronald again. So Ronald is your rival in this game. You don't get to name him, he's called Ronald. I famously made one of the episodes, if you look at my old series, I named it Not This Clown Again. Hopefully you got that reference. And he has his own battle theme that's used for these. I like this one too. It's got a different sort of energy to it. All the battle themes have a somewhat different energy. Let's see. Well, hopefully I get something to work with here. Nope, looks like I'm going second. Let's see what we got to work with here. Lickitung. Oh, this is going to be fun. And a Paralyze, so I don't get to attack during my turn. Now you kind of see why they tried to balance out some of that stuff by not giving the first player an attack or something like that. Alright, well, let's see. Well, there's not much point in me playing with the Professor Oak this turn because I can't evolve anyway, so... Hopefully I get something. I mean, I could get another basic, but I don't... Even though I'm not in a good spot here, I don't think... Oh, of course. So as much as I don't like to do all that, we're gonna have to attach a water energy here and use a Professor Oak, giving up one of our Blastoise, which is kind of nasty. Now I've got a lot of stuff to work with. Let's see. Play this Bill, draw a few more cards. Sure would be nice to get another basic. My goodness. I guess we'll have to flip. Okay, we got something here. Let's get... So as much sense as it might make to get that, I'm going to get Hitmonchan. Even though I don't think I have any fighting at the moment, but... Nope. Alright, well... Of course, Ronald has a plus power. I could have tried to evolve with a War Turtle, but... Okay, water. So this is where I'm going to get... I'm going to play a plus power. We're going to play an Item Finder. So we're going to get rid of the switch. I don't have any other Pokemon in play. And we're going to get the energy retrieval out of the discard pile. Although I think I only have water energy there anyway. Ugh. So we're probably going to wind up using this Gust of Wind, right? Let me double check before I do all that. I'm sorry. That was a silly mistake on my part. My play area, discard pile. Do I have any fighting energy in there? No, I don't. Now, somehow I've missed all of it. Okay, so, well... It's an easy solution to that one. Tauros. I might as well put a water energy on Hitmonchan, why not? So I take 30 damage there. Maybe I'll get something going. All the energy I don't need. get? Thinner. Let's get a Lapras out. Oh wait, let's make sure we put that in there. There we go. This could be a long game, folks, especially if I never get anything going here. Now I got a Wartortle, of course. Check my man's Lapras. I need 2 water for Confuse Ray, which is how I'm going to kind of mitigate some of this. Gotta discard something, and so I got plenty of water energy on this one. Not that it mattered that they got aheads, but yeah, so... Now we got a Dugong. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to need some more water on Lapras just to do stuff, but for now... Oh, that's right, it's only a... Okay, I did get a confusion there. Whew! For 2 water energy, you really should get auto-confuse, but I think they didn't... Confusion is a little more powerful in this one. Come on. Ah. Alright, we got a Seal, and we're going to start attaching energy there. And we're going to attack with Water Gun. Let's do 30. Now, come on, Tails. Yes! First good break I've gotten this time. Yeah, it does 20 damage to itself. It's different now where you place 3 damage cash. I got a Squirtle. Yay. Really would have liked some more energy, but oh well. Well, let's see what we can get here. Nope, no confusion, but 10 damage. Wait until I get some more cards and I can do something there. Alright, we got a confusion on Lickitung now. Alright. Okay, we're going to put Squirtle on the bench. And let's get another Professor Oak. Going to evolve our Seal. And just kind of hope we get some stuff here. Now we get Dividing. See, I can get a knockout here with the plus power and a... And we'll attach Fighting Energy Hitmonchan. So yeah, sometimes games work out like this. You can sort of buy time and... Alright. Now we're tied on prizes. And Ronald has that starburst behind his picture. Use Water Gun here. Yeah, a lot of Well, I don't really want to use Hitmonchan because it's going to do 10 damage a turn against a Pokemon that has Rage. So we're going to bring out Squirtle. I don't know why I can't get any energy I need now. Like, one water energy would be amazing. Okay, well, we can buy some time here. I'm going to bring up Hitmonlee. It has a retreat cost of at least 2. Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe I'll get a water and I can do stuff next turn. Now they're fighting. Well, at this point I'm running out of cards, and there's not much more I can do unless I can get some water. I could retreat and bring that up, but I think I'll... Well, we're obviously going to get rid of that. Another fighting. Well, let's use the fighting to retreat. So I still have that double colorless there in case I finally get a water. Special punch on Hitmonlee. No, now I get a water energy, of course. Well, let's put that on Dugong. Okay, I still actually have a mathematical chance in here. We got Lickitung with that, Dodrio with that. Yeah, I could do this. Okay, we're going to retreat 2, because he's only got 1 prize he needs left. I don't know if I have enough turns to get, even if it like never attacked me again, but well... Okay. Start up another Hitmonchan. I have no idea if I even have enough cards left in my deck. Got 6. I got 6 turns left to get 3 prizes. Okay. Okay. That's going to make things harder. Let's take it. Could use the Gust of Wind to buy myself a turn, but I think I'll wait and just hope that it... Well, I really don't want to use that bill now because I've got so few cards left. Well, that's right. It's got Retreat Aid, so it can just retreat for something. That wasn't very useful. Sorry. But it didn't. Like, I'm pretty convinced that it has... It could have retreated, and it didn't, because it has that Retreat Aid, and it's really enough energy to do that. don't think I can get 2 prizes in that few turns, unless I have another Gust of Wind out there. But I might be able to do it if I can get fighting in there. Well, this is going to come down to the end, isn't it? See what I get for my prize? For water, so that's not particularly helpful. Okay. Last card is Professor Oak. You know, let's test something out here. There's no way I can win here. I don't have any way of getting Pokemon out, so I'm going to deck out next turn, even if he doesn't knock me out or anything. I don't have a Gust of Wind, and I don't have an item finder. I just don't have anything I can do anything with. Yep. Alright, I should have played the other one first, but oh well. I don't have the plus power either. If I did, I sincerely... Well, at least Ronald went for the real win instead of the 0 card. Yeah, I think it's worse than Gary. What do you think out there? Alright, I forget. What can I do next? Not sure how much longer I'm going to keep doing this, but... Ah, yes, there's a challenge thing. A challenge cup. Now, if you beat Ronald, you get a promotional card off of that, but I can also earn one here, if I can beat 3 people in a row. Now, these are all folks from the various clubs at the place there. Okay, this should be someone from the water club, so this should be a water deck I'm playing against. Let's see how this works out. Wartortle and Blastoise, so yeah, we're going to do this and put Seal on the bench. Okay, I get the start, so that's a good start. Another water energy. Yeah, this is a do the wave deck, but not nearly good enough to be too much of a problem, I think. Paralysis there. We might be able to win this on the next turn if pound for 20. So this is a really quick game since the opponent did not get another basic Pokemon and we have another water energy, and I will use that and a bite. So yeah, that was pretty quick. But that can happen, especially here where the computer does not have very good draw support. I think this one is from the Psychic Club, I think. Okay, what is it? Paris, and yeah, so this has a lot of Pokemon that focus on sleep, as you might expect. And we're going first, so I will wait on that bill for a little bit and then just... Alright, we got a paralysis straight off the bat. That's good. Not unlike the main series games, a lot of the trainers here are meant to illustrate certain, excuse me, game concepts. So in this case, it's sleep. Let's see, maybe we're lucky and we can get double colorless energy. No, okay. Well, I'm going to put another water energy on Squirtle. Okay, no paralysis this time, but we should be able to get a knockout next turn. Well, maybe not. But we can easily get rid of this sleep. Doesn't matter. Just by evolving. Okay, so let's see. We want to get our water energy on here. And we're going to evolve into Wartortle. Just check what's on the bench. So we can't get a knockout there. We're going to use this Gust of Wind. Bring up this Paris, so the Do the Wave does almost nothing. I mean, 20 isn't a ton either, but it'll do 10 less than it would otherwise. Pokeball. Okay, so if we're lucky, we can maybe get Do the Wave for 10. Supposed to Do the Wave for 60, but not this time. Alright, so let's see. Let's see if we get lucky and we get... Okay, we're going to get a Blastoise, assuming that's not both prize, which should not be the case. Yep, we're going to put another water energy, and that should not count as our attachment for this turn, so we can put this fighting energy on Hitmonchan, attack with Hydro Pump for 50. Ghastly, huh? Do the Wave for 20. Full damage. Do the Wave was, you know, if you can get it working, of course, does tons and tons. Squirtle. If you can, you know, get a full bench, you do a ton of damage. Alright, let's see what we got here. It's going to try and sleep me. If I wake up, can't knock out Haunter. I don't have enough damage potential to do that unless I get another water energy. Okay, I did wake up, so that's good. So Haunter's second attack, it only does damage. It's weird if the Pokemon is asleep. Your opponent's Pokemon is asleep, so... This Haunter is just not as good as the other one. Alright, well, I have a very easy way to get around this. So we're going to switch with Hitmonchan. Now we're not going to attack here because I wouldn't be able to do any damage here. Let's get rid of that. And now we're not asleep anymore because we went to the bench and came back. And special conditions only apply to the active. Sorry, Daniel. Okay, so I think the next one is supposed to be Ronald during the main game. In the post-game, Ronald just kind of retires. Yep, pretty sure this guy would not make it. No deck to prepare, I only have the one. Alright, hopefully I have a little better luck this time and get something going. Okay, we got Squirtle, and that is it, but... Nope, gonna go second here. What do we got? Okay, Magmar. Well, that's actually not so bad. This is different than the deck he just had. Smokescreen, huh? So, might or may not be able to damage it next turn. Let's see what we get. Energy removal. Okay, well that'll at least buy us a little bit of time. Let me check Smokescreen. I don't know if this stays... Okay, I think that is strictly on me. I cannot move either Pokemon to do that. No point in using the Pokeball just yet, and I may as well just use the bubble. Okay, it didn't work. Now I can also evolve to get out of that one. Also kind of want to save the Pokeball to see if I can... Okay, we got a Wartortle, so let's see. Let's do another energy removal on Magmar. And let's see what this Pokeball can get us now. I probably want to try and get a Seal. Okay, didn't work. Okay, definitely want to attach another Water Energy. I want to evolve and have more HP. Yes. We'll say yes here. Attack with Withdraw. Okay, at least I won't be damaged by Magmar during his next turn. Now, if I'm lucky... Okay, did not get another Fire. So if I get another Energy... I got a Bill. So, best of luck here. Chan and... Okay, well, Hitmonchan can go on the bench. I may as well just use another Withdraws. I am vulnerable. Okay, another Water Energy. So let's see, how much does that... Geodude has Stone Barrage. It will keep flipping a coin until it gets Tails. So let's see, we're going to use Bite, which will knock out this Magmar because it'll be weak. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So... Okay, that is a flip a coin until you get Tails attack. I got Tails on one, so no damage! Yay! Alright, let's see. We got a plus power. And not much else there, but the plus power means we get a one-hit KO on Geodude, and we should be mostly in the clear at this point. Ooh, Blastoise, that's good. Yeah, this seems to be not as good. Let me see. Do I have any in play area? Let's check my discard pile. What do I got here? Yeah, it's all no energy in the discard pile, so nothing I can do there. I could use Item Finder to get that plus power back and get another prize here, just to kind of rub it in. So let's see. Item Finder, Energy Retrieval, and Dugong to get this plus power back. Boom! Alright. Okay, let's see. What has he got? Grimer, huh? Okay. So yeah, 10 damage, possible paralysis. I am paralyzed. Now I can always evolve into Blastoise to get that. Okay, and I got another energy, so yeah, well. Okay, I think that actually gives us a full 50. Well, I could, yeah, we'll use Hydro Pump. Whee! And Grimer takes 50, because we have an extra energy on there. You can add up to 2 more and do more damage. Kind of like that Lapras from Gigantamax Lapras. And we get a revenge on Ronald. Yeah, this is something that's called the Lily Pad Mew. It took us a long time to get this in the States, but very clearly a rock. It's got neutralizing shield, so it takes all effects of secondary damage done to it by evolved Pokemon, including your own. So if you do self-damage to your bench or something, yeah. So Psyshock for 10 for 1 energy, so not great really. So that's kind of nice. Let's see here. Yep, so that's the last thing. Now, there should be one more thing we can do here that I definitely want to get in this time around. Okay, so if you're familiar with this game and with Pokemon music, which is kind of interesting, they put them in this one. Nope. Since we had to restart the game for this stream, he should be out there somewhere. Nope. I forget which. There's like 3 or 4 of these you could potentially be in when you start the game. Oh yes, now that is some interesting music. And this is one I intend for us to talk about on the live stream next Sunday at 10 a.m. with Central with PKP Podcast. We'll be talking about the music of this game. And well, that's an interesting guy over there. I don't know why he's facing the wall like that. Very offbeat music here. Imakuni. Sing the Poke Rap. I do wonder what it says in the Japanese version of this game. So yeah, every time you start up the game from a cold start, you get to play against Imakuni. Yeah, it seems like there's an extra space in there now that I take a look at it. Okay, looks like I'm going to start with Lapras. And, yep. This is his theme, and we get 6 prizes, although we'll see if it goes that quickly. Okay, we're going to go second in this one. Okay, we got a Dugong there, but really I kind of want... Yeah, he has a lot of very strange Pokemon. Just see, what did he put on his bench? Yep, Farfetch'd, Slowpoke. Okay, 10 damage. Imakuni. So yeah, this is a weird card that he has. It has his own face on it. There were physical versions of this. I think some of them have even made it to here. Your active Pokemon is now confused. Imakuni wants you to play him as a basic Pokemon, but you can't. A mysterious creature not listed in the Pokedex. He asks kids around the world, who is cuter, Pikachu or me? Well, that saves me the trouble of using my Confuse Ray. We're going to use Water Gun. That's going to do pretty good damage there. Not a lot of pressure here, so I won't use that Professor Oak just yet. So this Water Gun to knock out Slowpoke. I was kind of hoping he would attack him and then lose on Confusion. So yeah, Farfetch'd is a little weird. It's going to use Leak Slap. Alright, so it actually worked. So maybe I should consider putting some stuff. I have lost the Imakuni on several occasions. Alright, well, I think at this point there are no other Pokemon in play, so I need to use this Professor Oak. See what we can do here. We got a couple Hitmonchan. Would have been nice to... Well, let's use this energy removal to slow down Farfetch'd. So Farfetch'd's first attack, Leak Slap, does 30 damage, but it can't be used again whether you get heads or tails. You have to flip a coin to see if it works. And then it's got the second attack that does 30 damage. So I want to make sure it doesn't get to that. Let's put Hitmonchan to play anyway. Do an energy retrieval. Let's get rid of water energy since we're going to get a couple fighting back. So Hitmonchan. Not going to help us too much with this Farfetch'd who resists fighting. May as well do the Water Gun here. And this Lapras is a tank. Psyduck. Okay, those might come in handy later. Put the fighting energy on Hitmonchan. And yeah, we're going to use another Water Gun. Got Seal, so... Fury Swipes. You can laugh, but this side deck is actually not that bad. It's second attack for 1 second energy. You can stop your opponent from playing any trainer card during their next turn, which is pretty useful. Okay, let's see. And let's see. Let me check in the bench. Hitmonchan has 2 fighting, so yes, I can end the match on this turn. So we're going to play Switch, bring up Hitmonchan, and we're going to attach a Water Energy to Hitmonchan, and we're going to use a Plus Power with Hitmonchan, and we're going to use Special Punch. Boom! I think it was originally called Haymaker in some early card printings or like some promotional artwork. But why would you want to play against Imakuni, and why does he only appear when you turn the game on each time? Well, we get 1 booster pack. Item Finder, that's not bad. Defender. Kadabra. Haven't seen that one for a while. Some of you may know the story behind that. Evolution. Gengar. Super Potion and Lightning Energy. Moltres. Not really that great of a card, to be honest, but it looks cool. I mean, just to give you 3 grass energy on this one. Muck can turn off Pokemon powers, but it's got like the ping Pokemon is now poisoned for flip a coin for 3. I mean, that is just kind of ridiculous by modern standards. You'd expect it to do like 100 damage and it would be poisoned regardless, you know? Another fun one, Maintenance. Let you put cards back into your deck. But yeah, you get 4 booster packs, 1 from each of the 4 main series on there, which is pretty neat. Alright, let's take a look at a few more things in here. Yeah, you get mail in this game, so let's see. This is about the master that we just beat in the Grass Club. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's a very short melody here, but it's some nice stuff. Yeah, so if you actually bought the game new, you got this as a thing there. It chooses a Pokemon at random and does 20 damage to it. In the real card, you would just choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. There's also some places where you can... Yes, we did indeed just find Imakuni. Let's see. Does anyone... yes, you can also trade in here. Taking good care... Yeah, so you can... There's a couple cards you can get from trading in the game. There's a couple cards you have to use, like the infrared port on the Game Boy Color. There's like 2 cards you can only get that way. Okay, let's see. Okay, status. That's what I'm looking for. I do not have the water medal. However, this is pretty good. So let's just talk about some things I forgot to kind of mention here. Okay, so next Sunday, 10 a.m. Central, is going to be our discussion of the music of this game, Pokemon Trading Card Game for Game Boy. We'll talk about the history of the game and all that fun stuff as well. That'll be with Ann from DP Podcast. That's our plan so far. And then, let's see, what else have we got? I got accepted, not a big surprise, but for Anime Milwaukee next month, so I should be there. Barring any sort of real weird problems. And then one of the guests there is going to be the lady who currently portrays Officer Jenny, at least in the Sun and Moon anime. So let's see here. Aside from that, what else have we got? So obviously this week they announced, finally, for real, at least sort of what they're doing with the Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution in the West. As we kind of suspected, it is coming to Netflix. There's been no confirmation on any sort of theatrical thing. I did send a list of questions in to my press rep after the press release came out, and I asked a couple of music-related questions, like, are Brother My Brother and We're a Miracle going to be in there, and where's the score coming from, and some other stuff, and really he didn't have any other information to give me for that, which is kind of unfortunate. It's actually especially puzzling because he gave me the I asked him who one of the voice actors who was playing Mewtwo. It turns out that's Dan Green. I thought it might have been Jay Goeed, aka Philip Bartlett, who did it in the original movie, because they sound pretty close, like closer than Dan Green does in Mewtwo Returns, I want to say. But that kind of surprised me. They didn't at least even have like a cast list of the major roles or stuff like that was provided to them by the Pokemon Company. You think that would have been the case, but no. So I really didn't get any additional information there. So really don't know what's going to happen musically with that, other than I'm pretty sure they'll have some version of the Pokemon theme in there, but we'll find out more in a month from tomorrow on that. I suppose, for Pokemon Day. I am, even if it's not getting a theatrical thing, I'm glad that's not just getting put on Netflix. I'm glad it's tied into Pokemon Day. And the way the press release reads, it sounds like they have some other things in store for that. So we'll be seeing that. And that sort of covers things. I have a few leads I am following on various things to hopefully produce some interviews in the near future. But other than that, thank you for everyone who watched this. Despite all the problems I had, I will try and toss the slides for the presentation on the pre-release I went to yesterday that were part of sort of another stream, sort of not. I will toss those in the description after this video finishes processing. But yeah, other than that, all right, folks, thanks.